Okay. Okay, guys. I'm back. I'm just asking my daughter if she can hear me. So hopefully you guys can hear me now because okay. So I'm going to just see if you can hear me now. Take 2. 10. That's okay. Stuff happens. Can't get upset about it. Got it now. Thank you, Gail. Awesome. Yay. Okay. I'll tell everybody what happened and then I'll pop back on. So let me just go over here and make sure I am live over here. Set out. And I think that I'll be live. It should be good. Live. Okay. So Gail is watching and she has live. Great. Okay. Good morning, Gail. Thanks for sticking with me and coming back. Appreciate it. I'm just going to wait for some other folks to come. Hi. Silly technology. I know, Keisha. It's just like, I don't know. But the good news is I used to get all sad and feel quite flustered. Now I'm just like, okay, I'll try it another way. So what I was trying to do, guys, was use my phone. And I have practiced it a couple of times, but classic, right? You practice and everything works beautifully. And then you go and do it in real life and it just won't go. And the reason I wanted to switch from my webcam to my phone was because it's a much crisper image. But we'll just go with this and it'll all work out, right? So anybody else coming back? Murren's join me. Okay, well, let's get started, you guys. The rest, I hope, will come back. I feel quite badly that they got locked out, but let me see if I can alert them that I'm back live on a new recording. So let's see if I can get them all back. Oh my goodness. Best laid plans, they say, right? Okay, I'm going to go to the one I did first. Okay, comment. I'm back. Audio good. Join me. So hopefully they'll see that. Okay, so let's get started again. Okay, so I'm Allison Sullivan, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in just outside of Vancouver in British Columbia, Canada. And if you're watching me on Facebook, you're on my Stamp Crazy with Allison Facebook page, my business page, or perhaps you're in my Border Buddy Hangout. And if you don't know about my Border Buddy Hangout, please join. Everybody's welcome. Oh, my daughter says, woohoo, audio. I know, Carly. Okay. So just another thing to practice. If you're watching me from YouTube, you're on my Stamp Crazy with Allison YouTube channel. Please subscribe so that you can be alerted to a new live. And if you don't know about my YouTube channel, please go over there. There's tons and tons of videos, including any of these lives are saved over there and they're sort of an easier place to find them than on Facebook. They're much more chronological and they make a lot more sense. You know, Facebook, you have to kind of scroll through stuff. Okay, so let's get started. Who else is over here? Okay, Gail and Vern and Carly and Keisha. Okay, hopefully the rest of the group find me. All right, so let's get started. Let's go over here. Now, so this was the problem this morning, was that I was trying to use my phone and instead of my webcam, which I usually use. But anyway, it just takes a little more practice. I'll keep practicing. So just, hi, Carol. I'm glad you came back. I'm just going to hopefully, because I wasn't going to be using this one, right? So I'm just going to have to set it up to make sure that I've got everything tickety-boo. I'm going to just go my titch. All right. So one of the things about my webcam is that this shiny glossy paper mini catalog tends to be difficult to see just because of the lighting, but hopefully you can see it and you've all got probably a hard copy of it. Thanks, Carol. Yeah, I just had a problem with my phone audio. All right. So in the mini catalog, page 16, 17, 18, and 19 features this massive painted Christmas suite collection, which is beautiful. It happens to be the collection that my board buddy, Patsy Wagner, and I have chosen as our free PDF for the month of October. I can't believe it's October, but isn't it a perfect set for October and November and December? Love it. Anyway, when you make a purchase from my store in Canada or her store in the United States, we send you a PDF free with instructions for 6 beautiful cards each month. And this month we've chosen Painted Christmas. Good morning, Jill. Good morning. All right. So we also offer a class each month, and the registration for the class closes on the 8th of October. And I'll put that back into the description for this video. It was in the old video, but I'll put it in the new one. So you can see the link to join there. If you live in Canada, you can sign up with me. And if you live in the US, you can sign up with Patsy. And we send you a package with 4 the supplies to make 4 cards. Okay, using the suite. If you just like the PDF, you can buy that for $12. So really good deal. So that's the painted Christmas suite. So let me show you the products in real life. Okay, let's move this over. Hi, Ellie. Okay, so first of all, we've got this suite is full. It's got 2. Get these in order here. I think this one goes with this one. Yeah, it's got 2 bundles. So this is the Christmas season stamp set, and the oops, am I crooked or is my camera crooked? See, I wasn't going to be using this camera today. There, the dies are called the Christmas Pinecone dies. So let's have a look at these dies. This one is huge, right? That's the whole die, and then this is a die, and this die can be used independently, but this die actually fits over this die, which is amazing. So you've got kind of the outlines of the leaves and the pine cones, and then this is the details. So you could do this in one color, and then you would put that over in another color. Okay. And then we've also got actual pine cones. Hi, Nancy. Oh, did you? Oh, it's great. So you're gonna love it. She just ordered the Christmas season. I love it too. Okay. So you got the pine cones. So you can again, you've got the detail and the outline, and they can be put over these images too. So big and small. And what I really love is you get 2 sets of small, so you can run those through at the same time, saving you some time. Okay, so love that. Those are those, and then there's the stamp set. Again, you've got pine cones, so this is a 2-step. So you can stamp that in one color and then stamp that in a darker color on top to give it some definition. Okay, and then you have the little guys. All right, so that's the Christmas season and the Christmas pinecone dies. That's one bundle. Then the next bundle is the Christmas to Remember, which is the one that Keisha bought. Oh, you're nervous to use it, Nancy? Oh, don't be nervous to use it. Is it because of the dies? Is that what you're worried about, like how they fit? I'm not actually doing that today, but it's not hard. You just run it through and then run the other one through and then layer one on top of the other. It's not that hard, but yeah, make sure you use it. So this one here is I love too. I'm just kind of trying to pull this to the screen because you get so much stuff. Gosh, look at all this stuff. Okay. Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to raise it up so you can see it. There we go. All right, that looks better. Okay, so we've got the Christmas to Remember stamp set, and then we have the seasonal dies. What is it called? Seasonal labels dies. I'm not good with names anymore. You should know all the names. But check this out. You get all these labels that you can layer on each other, which is awesome. You can use these outlines, images to cut them out as they are, or they actually coordinate with the stamps from the Christmas season. So you see this one cuts out this stamp if you want, but you don't have to. You can just use them independently. Same with the ivy. And we've got some berries and pine cones in the other set. So lots of stuff to cut out. Okay. Lots of labels. So let's put that aside for a sec. So those are the two bundles. And then we've got this ribbon, which is cherry cobbler, but it's got a gold accent. Okay, and it is, let's see here, half an inch wide. Okay, so we've got that. And then we've got the gold holly leaves. So this is like little elements that you can add. 30 of them. Wow, 30. That's a lot. Quite pretty. They've almost got, they would be awesome, not just for Christmas, they would be great for cards for the fall, right? If you have a birthday coming up in the fall for somebody, or autumn, depending on where you live and what you call this season that we're in. I tend to call it the fall because the leaves are falling. And then, the designer series paper, which I'm having a hard time pulling up. Here we go. Designer series paper, check this out. Love these colors. You've got early espresso, you've got soft succulent, you've got evergreen. Ooh, evening evergreen, garden green. You've got cherry color. You could even call that real red, really. And you've got crumb cake. My gosh, this goes on and on. Even mint macaron, I think, is in here. So that's one side. So you get 12 by 12s, right? Or just cut it to 6 by 6 just so you can see the pretty pattern. Now I'm going to lower my camera again, just so that you can see it a little bit better. Okay, and then there's the other side. So kind of traditional side on one side, and then this side, you've got actually some geometric stuff going on, which is kind of cool. Okay, this suite I think is one of the more traditional ones that we have in the catalog. This kind of design here, for instance, reminds me of when I was a kid at Christmas. These are really traditional colors and traditional looks for Christmas. So if you like that, this is a perfect suite for you. All right, so let's set all of this aside. Yeah, hi Mo, nice to have you back. It wasn't on your end, it was on my end. I was trying to switch to use my phone because it's a much crisper image and I liked it better. But even though I practiced several times, it just didn't want to work on the live because that's how it always goes, right? I'll try again on Wednesday. Okay, so let's get started. Here's our Sunday sketch. Also not liking the way that light is kind of, is the light okay? Yeah, the light's okay. I think it's my light over here that's bugging me. All right, so here is the sketch. It's pretty traditional, pretty easy. Now, I always like to tell you guys, when you're using a sketch, sometimes we can get mired down in making it exactly like the sketch. And if you have trouble in your creativity is out, you're thinking, oh gosh, I don't have any mojo today, then do it exactly like this. Do it exactly like this. And then from there, start branching out and changing it up. Okay? So for instance, I have a card here. I'm not making it today, but I have this card. Now, you may say, well, that card's not really like that sketch, but it actually is because all I've done is taken this piece and moved it down here, made it a little bit skinnier. But I still have my three objects going across. I've ditched the flag and I've added this layer here. So if you're feeling that you've lost your mojo, but actually just put it on the shelf, you haven't really completely lost it, then just use this as a starting point. Mix up the elements, put them around. Does that make sense? Hope so. Okay, so let's get started with our card for today. So today, I am kind of mixing it up. I'm not doing it exactly like this, but I started with this as my starting point. So I do have a piece of the mint macaron cardstock, and then I've picked one of the designs from my gorgeous designer series paper. So this I've cut to 5 1/4 by 4. So just a classic layer, right? And that isn't a sketch, but I wanted something. I didn't just want it on the, these elements on here. I wanted to get something else to give it a pop of color. Okay. And then I put a piece of this soft seafoam, which is all these colors in this beautiful paper, right? So a piece of that is the 1.75 by 5. So that's that piece. And then I've got a bunch of other little pieces here, all different colors. I've got a early espresso with a concave. I've got a cherry cobbler. I've got the gosh, there's so many different greens now. Oh my goodness, my brain's gone. These two greens, I have to look them up because now I forgot what they're. I'm having one of those moments, you guys, today, but that's okay. You know what? What's life without a little bit of, you know? Okay, so this is the mint macaron, like I thought, and this is the soft succulent. Oh, okay, good. All got it. And this is the soft seafoam. Lots of greens. But aren't they pretty together? They really go with that paper. Okay. And then I got Mr. White because I'm going to do a sentence. Okay, so let's get started with our card. So the first thing I want to do is, you guys see an elementary to the embossing folder? Now it says embossing folder, but guess what? You get two of them. One has snowflakes, which I've used a ton, and the other one has the pine needle bows, right? Bows. Today I want to use the pine needles. Now, this is from the annual catalog. You get two of them. And the cool thing about this is it fits in the mini. Yay! Sound is echoey. I'm not sure, Nancy. I don't know if it is for everybody else or not. I hope not. But I hope you can hang in there. Or you can turn your sound off. And if you're on Facebook, which I think you might be, you'll be able to see the closed caption, which are always funny because sometimes I don't know quite what I say, but you'll be able to see that and hopefully that will work. All right, so when you're using an embossing folder in the mini, you want to use plate number 3. Okay, you want to use your embossing folder and you want to put your piece of cardstock inside, so like that, right? You're going to put that down. And then you're going to grab a plate that you don't use very often, and that's plate number 4. And you're going to put that on top. So 3 and 4 in your embossing folder, and you're just going to run it through. Okay. I think the gremlins are getting me, Nancy. Proud to get me today, the Facebook and StreamYard gremlins. Okay, so isn't that gorgeous? I don't know if you can see that. There's not with this webcam, which is why I wanted to use my phone. Oh yeah, it's a little, you can't really see that, I don't think. Okay, anyway, trust me, it's gorgeous. All right, we got that. Now, I'm going to now cut some pieces here. So here's the greens, and here's the red and the browns, okay? So here we go. So let's grab some of those dies because they're all going to fit in my mini. Okay. So from the seasonal labels, I want this one here, which is like a leaf. Oh, good little camera and get closer. Okay, hopefully that's good. Okay, and then we've got this one is going on the soft succulent. And I've got some berries. Lots of berries. They're going on here. Okay. And hi, Cheryl. Nice to see you. And now I'm going to go over to the other set of dies, which are my Christmas pines. And I'm going to grab the outline one. And I'm going to grab the detail one. Okay. So that's what I need to cut. So let's go ahead and do those. All right. Some of them work well putting them together and some do not because there's only so much platform to do a runway to cut them. So I've got my base plate 3, which is what I use for all my bread. Plate number 2, I'm going to put my pine cone here, and I think I'll do my one leaf, and then I think I can fit in my berries at the very, very end. Okay. And I'm going to put my daughter's watching. She used to watch from her perch in my house, but we're taking her back to Toronto and now she's back home in her own place after being here for a year working from home. She works for a wonderful company that allowed her to work from home during COVID from Vancouver. So we were fortunate to have her here for almost a year, which was awesome. Okay, so I'm going to pop all those out off screen. Popping them out to us. Okay. My arm, I think, is in the way. So I'm going to just keep cutting them down and pop them out. How's that? Next, back in with my plate number 3, plate number 2, my leaf, and my bold part of my pine cone. I'm going to run those through. Okay. All right. I think that's all my light cutting that I'm going to be doing. Oh, I'm going to be doing the sentiment, but I'll do that later. All right. Let me get rid of all of this. Let me put back my pieces because if you're anything like me, you lose things. Is anyone like me when they lose all their stuff and go, where is my dog? And then start having to look through garbage cans. And believe me, I've had enough of that in my little Stampin' Up! Career, so I always try and put them back. Okay, guys, so let's grab our bits. So we've got a leaf here. Oops, sorry, hit my thing. We've got a leaf, 2 leaves. We've got pieces that go on top of each other. We've got our cherries. Okay, all right. Let's start building this card. I'm just gonna keep checking, make sure that I'm in screen. Okay. All right. And I'm gonna look at that. I don't like that light. That's part of the problem. All right. Okay, so let's get our glue. As you know, I love my white glue. It's a pretty side too, isn't it? But I wanted something really vibrant and gosh, this is the day. That's the third thing, right? Like, do you know how everything comes in threes? I don't know. Does everyone have that superstition? Scottish people do. My mother used to say, "Ooh, everything comes in threes." So that's the third thing. Good. Now we're done. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Remember, I embossed this with that beautiful pine. I want to pop it up because it really does deserve to be highlighted. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to put dimensionals on either end and then just one in the middle because otherwise your paper can kind of want to fold in on itself or go down. It's better like that. Okay, so that's the first part. Pretty easy, right? Okay, next let's grab our leaf. I don't know what kind of leaf this is. Maybe somebody does. Does anyone know what kind of leaf that is? I don't know what kind of leaf that is. I want to pop up my second leaf because I want it to have some more definition. So we have these little, I don't know if you guys know this, but we have these little tiny mini dimensionals, which is great for getting these little tiny places. Okay. And they are not quite as thick as the other ones. If you want it to be popped up more, double decor it. Okay, so there we go. Right? And then I thought it would be nice to have some berries. I'm just going to glue those on. These little berries go with holly traditionally, right? But I think berries at Christmas or this kind of holly berry goes with anything at Christmas, okay? So that's one element that I've done. Okay. All right, next up, we've got these 2 little pieces. Now this piece is going to fit onto this piece. Now, this is, it's not hard to do with this glue, but I will say that it lines up kind of one way, and so sometimes I have to move it because I put it down wrong, and sometimes the glue kind of squeaks out, but it's okay. It dries clear, so I don't worry too much about it. So I'm going to just try and line it up before I press. There we go. Okay, that was a good one. I think practice makes perfect, isn't that what they say? So there you go. That's what it looks like. I think this would look better because I think it's a little bit flat. And I'm going to just add some wing Costello, I think, because I think when we bring pine cones in the house, at least, sometimes we decorate them with a little bit of glitter, right? And then nature, the dew or the snow adds a little bit of glitter to it. And I think that looks better than just a flat pine cone. Okay, so that's that. I think that would look better popped up. It's just me. I think it would. All right. Nancy, you shared my video. Thank you, Nancy. When you share my video, I put your name and draw. So if you could share it and then click share it, I appreciate it. Okay, so that's two elements. Are we remembering what our sketch looks like? Let's bring it back in. Get back. Okay, so I've got my leaves, my berry on this side, and I've got my pine cone. And now I need something for the middle. Okay. So for the middle, I want to use one of the sayings from Christmas to remember, which is here, 'tis the season. I love the way those negative, normally you have the stamp is raised, like the words or the image is raised, and this one is cut in. So it's kind of like a negative. And I'm using garden green. Okay, I love that. Now I could just cut that out with a pair of scissors or paper snips, but I don't want to do that. I want to grab one of the seasonal label dies that I think would look nice with it. So back in is my cutter here. And stamp and machine. And for number 3, number 2, words die. Okay. I always find it more difficult when I'm live to line it up because I'm not really over top of it. So hopefully I lined it up okay. Let's run that through. And thank you, Nancy, for saying it looks lovely. I hope it gives you some confidence to use your stamps because they really are beautiful. Okay, now I've got my word. And I'm thinking, what the heck? Let's pop it up. And I think I can use the big ones on either end. Just fits. Otherwise, I would go to my minis or just cut one of these in half, right? All right. So now I can go. There we go. Like that. Okay, what do we think? I think I could use some bling, is what I think. So let's see. I've got these wonderful gems. I've got, let's see, little arsenal here. Just looking through. I have a box with, look at this. Here's my box with all my little gems. Here's the red rhinestones. Oh, that might be pretty. Regular rhinestones, maybe. I have gold, sort of Christmassy. And I also have gold glitter enamel. This is a tough choice. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the rhinestones because those are, you see those too much. I'm thinking these little red guys, or maybe the gold. That would sort of pop it out. Where is that? Down to these 2, or the wonderful gems. Okay, I'm going to go with the wonderful gems just because I think it gives me more options. Hi, Debbie, who's watching on YouTube. Yay. Okay. You guys are so quiet today. What are you thinking of this? I don't want to put it over there. That would be kind of goofy, wouldn't it? Let's put it there. And let's see some of these clear ones. Because when the light catches these in real life, get a real nice kind of sparkle. Okay, so then I've added, oops, little thing there. Okay, what do we think? So here's the, I'm going to just fold this so it fits a little bit better into the screen. Here's the sketch. Here's my card. What do we think? What do we think? Ooh, there we go. So you see, oh, thanks, Nancy. So you see, you don't have to follow it exactly. You can do your own interpretation, right? And yes, it's different, but is it? I've got this piece. Oh, I didn't put a flag because obviously we've got too much going on, right? So this is kind of in lieu of my flag, bringing it down lower, right? And then I've added 3 elements. 1, 2, 3. Now the card that I was originally going to do this morning before I redid this morning was this card. Let me show you this. This is really going off in a tangent, I suppose. But I did start with the sketch, and then the more I played, I didn't like it, so I just kept going. So really what I've done this time is I've replaced this piece with the labels, okay? And then I've got my flag. I do have this. I've just placed it underneath. Okay. And then I just used a whole bunch of elements from those stamps and dies. Got some holly, got some berry. This is the pine from that large, very large stamp set. Here it is, or die, I mean. All I did was run it through, and you can start cutting these off, you guys, and using them. And that's what I did there. So you have to use it as one big piece. And yeah, that's so it's a little bit more off the what the layout is, but it's still I started with a sketch and then I made a card. And that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do with Sunday sketches is you don't have to do it exactly. Okay. Now here's some other ideas. This one I did a long time ago. Again, this is just taking this piece and putting it down here and still putting your 3 pieces, right? And then, of course, I have this one that I did on the live. 1, 2, 3. And then I showed you this earlier, I think, the penguins. Okay. So, thank you guys for being so patient this morning and understanding of my technical difficulties. I'm going to try really hard to get it to work for Wednesday, mostly because I think it will be a crisper image for you guys to watch. Okay. Yes, Nancy, cut pieces off the big die. Yes. Yes. Let me see. I think I've got another example of a card. Let me just grab it before you leave. Here's one. So you see, this is just cut off that large piece. So I'm trying to think outside of its original intent. I'm not always good at it, but sometimes. Here's a card my sister made for me, my sister Mo, who's on the call. So you see, she's just cut off those pieces. You see, some of the 2 dies give you 2 different kinds of looks. One is a very feathery look, and the other one is more of a solid look because the leaves are thicker on one of the dies. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Keisha. It is, and that's really what I'm trying to help you guys with is giving you the confidence to just start with something and make it your own, or make it exactly the same. Like there's no right or wrong, right? Right or wrong, right? Okay. So thank you guys so much for hanging in there with those technical difficulties this morning and for coming back. Most of you came back to join me, so I really appreciate it. So I'll be next on live on Wednesday. So Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be live, and that's a day that I can do whatever I want. And kind of makes me more nervous, actually. I like to have my Sunday sketch. But join me on Wednesday. And then Thursday this week at 7 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be live sharing a card using the Whimsy and Wonder suite because that is the suite for the Create with Ange and Allison class that we'll be presenting on the next Tuesdays and Thursdays for the next 2 weeks. Okay. Thank you guys. Thanks, Nancy and Keisha and Gail and Angelina. Oh, from the Netherlands. Hello. Oh, hello. And Mo and Ellie and Carol and Carly. And I think I said Keisha, but I didn't. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully with sound. Bye for now. Happy stamping.